Hi, I'm Rob and welcome to the channel. Like a lot of you, when I was in my 20s and 30s, I didn't have a ton of money. So if you just started out in fly tying and you got yourself some basic stuff and you're making flies and hopefully catching fish, that's great, and I hope that continues. As you go along, like anything else, even if you have a home workshop, you're going to want to upgrade some of the tools to a little bit better versions that are going to serve you better. So if I was just starting out in fly tying, I said to myself, what are the 3 tools that I would upgrade the first? So we won't talk about the vise. We'll assume you got a vise that works, and it doesn't matter if you have a $15 vise or a $150 vise. If it's working for you, that's fine. But what 3 tools beyond that would I want to upgrade? So let's take a look. These are my tools. I've got this whole tool caddy filled with tools. But out of these, there's 3 tools that I use the most. And they are bobbins, scissors, and whip finisher. So those are the 3 that I use the most. So let's talk a little bit about each one. Start with scissors. What you have on fly tying scissors is going to depend largely on the types of flies you tie. If you are a dedicated smallmouth warm water guy, you're going to use scissors with a bit longer blade so you can cut deer hair and you can cut longer materials. So you don't need a real fine short set of scissors. If you're a trout guy, you need a real fine short set of scissors. So I use scissors from a couple different manufacturers and I'm happy with the ones that I get. I really like to have, especially with the shorter stuff, a very needle point, because when you are tying like a number 18 or a number 20 or even smaller, you want that real fine point when you're making the head of the fly so you don't leave that little tuft of thread on there when you're trying to glue it down. So the finer the point, the better. Scissors are $20 to $30 range for good ones. You can go beyond that for really expensive ones, but the ones that I get for, you know, all of my tying are probably in that $20 to $30 range, and that would be a first item that I would upgrade if I had cheaper scissors that weren't really doing the job and weren't giving me a good outcome. I would replace those first with something that was probably about $30. So moving on, bobbins are another interesting thing. You can get inexpensive bobbins for like 10 bucks. You can get bobbins all the way up to $70, $80. The inexpensive bobbins are going to be with a metal tube, and you can't adjust easily anyhow how they hold the thread and how tight, how much resistance they get when you're pulling on that thread spool. Along the way, I mean, if you've got a cheap bobbin and you're having trouble with it, because some of these cheap ones, the thread will even wear into that metal tube and all of a sudden you're breaking the thread all the time. Well, it might not be you, it might be that the bobbin is no good. So there are some cheap ones that I've got, and I've had them for years and years and years, and I can still tie with them, and there's some cheap ones that I've got that I've thrown away. So that's kind of a hit or miss thing. The bobbin that I tie with now is adjustable. I can adjust this screw and adjust the tension on the thread spool. It has a ceramic tube. It's really good for tying real fine stuff. They make different versions of it for bigger flies, and it's probably about $60. But it's something that these expensive bobbins are the ones I tie with every day. So those are the ones I use all the time. So even though it's more expensive, it's something that I use a lot. So I got my money's worth out of it. So I tend to go for a more expensive bobbin, ceramic tube, and a way of adjusting the thread tension. So that's what I would look for if I was going to upgrade my bobbin. And the last piece of equipment, and it's something I use on every fly, is a whip finisher. And a lot of times when you buy an inexpensive whip finisher, you get one of these, and even I have trouble using this thing. It's not as easy as the other style. This is a Mattarelli whip finisher, and this one's only probably like $15 whip finisher, but it's really easy to use and it's really fast once you get the hang of it. So if I had one of the old style whip finishers that I was struggling with, I would definitely upgrade and get a better one. Those are the three tools that, if you're just getting into fly tying and you're struggling with those are the ones that I use the most. Out of all the thousands of flies that I end up tying, I use those three tools more than I use anything else. Those are the three that I would upgrade. If you like the video, please like and subscribe to the channel, and in the comments section, send any questions or any comments that you have. I get back to each and every one. I appreciate all the new subscribers and all the folks who have been with us for a while. So thanks for watching.